Hi guys, welcome back to Kpop Talks. I'm your host, and today we're gonna do our weekly Kpop recap. We have a lot of songs to get right into. It's late at night. I'm gonna do part of the recording today and part of the recording tomorrow. And let's get right into it immediately. First single we have is On You with Circle. On You, I think like every other Shiny member, he has really became a true artist, and I think in this song specifically, he showcased amazing vocals. I love the production. I love big the song feels, how orchestral it does, and the vocals, the background vocals, the production, all of it fit together to give you an amazing uh feel, and I think an amazing emotions while listening to this song. It's really interesting to see his evolution. I think if you see On You before this year or even last year per se with Dice, I think prior to these 2 years, he was okay, like most idols with his solo career, but he has developed and became a full grade solo artist in my opinion. So I give him credit. It's a really, really good song. Next we have Gravity with Groovy. A really good song in my opinion. I really, really enjoy it. I find that compared to a lot of other Gravity songs, this is definitely more like a 17 track, fun, groovy, very pop, very bright, and they're able to bring that kind of like remove that cool concept they've been doing for a very long time and bring a different concept to this. Very fun. It's very 17 like. It's not a problem per se, but it can be seen as like, oh, you're just copying another concept from them because it does very well. Still, I don't think it's a huge issue. I think the song itself is very fun and it's a very enjoyable listen. It's one of my favorite Gravity songs. I think specifically uh, since a year ago, because I feel like this last year, when I think Gravity released solid music, there weren't really singles that I loved from them like that much. But these are the singles that I enjoy quite a bit. Next we have Mirani featuring PH1 with Asphalt. Now I don't know if this song is related to the game at all, if it's an ad, I don't think so. The song is really good. The chorus is fantastic. I love the hip hop beat, how futuristic it is a little bit, how they fit well with each other. Mirani brings a good vibe, good vocals. PH1 brings an amazing feature like he has been the last couple of years. He is as of now the best AMG artist with Wonja easily, and yeah, they fit very, very well with each other. But give credit to Mirani as well. I don't want to make it seem like she hasn't done well on her own track. She does amazing, and this is the type of shit I want to hear Mirani more on because she's really, really good. And if I remember incorrectly, she uses no auto tune on this song, which is amazing, and you can hear it. I think it fits her very, very well. Her natural voice, and if I'm not mistaken, on this song specifically, Mirani does not use autotune at all, and I think it fits with her natural voice very, very well. So yeah, this is a great song. I loved it, and I think if you love hip hop and Korean hip hop especially, you will love this as well. Next we have Harry featuring Yuna with Real Love Still Exists. This is solid, I think, alternative pop song that he has done. He's been doing this stuff for the last couple of months, and I don't think he's bad at it at all, honestly. The vocals are always been good. Ari has always been a good vocalist. The production are always very simple and generic, but the lyrics are actually good, and I feel like they have a little bit more meaning than what you normally get from an average Henry Lau song. So, in that sense, you have to give him credit. He has evolved, and as a fan, of Harry as a person and everything, even though he had a very rocky 2-3 years post COVID, he seems to be on track of making good stuff. So I'm happy for him in general. Next, we have Twi with Set Me Free. Another really good song by the girls. You have to be honest. I mean, normally we like to criticize and everything, but this song is really fucking good. It's groovy, it's fun, it's joyful, it's memorable. Finally, a Twice song that does not remind you of another 100 songs, even though you know it's them. They've changed a little bit also the way they approach the song in different situations. It's not necessarily Nine on the chorus all the time or Gio. They varied a little bit. The rapping sections here, I don't think they're that interesting, but the rest is really, really good. It can be more on the repetitive side in that sense, don't get me wrong. And also that drums and those like bass is really, really hit it very well. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's rare to find a K-pop song that it's this fun to listen to in today's K-pop, and Twice have been doing this since the debut, consistently every year, 2-3 times a year, non-stop. You have to give them credit for their consistency because it even surpasses BTS, I think, in many ways. Next we have Pixie with Karma. It's a cool song. I think the chorus is good. The production is very archaic. Like this style of productions, I think we should kind of leave them behind at this point. But the vocals are very, very good. And I would also say that the so-called like rapping sections in here are not that bad as well. The production works. I think the chorus is okay. Overall, I think it's a decent song from Pixie, and yeah, this was a nice comeback. I think in certain ways, at least for me, kind of unexpected, even though this is their style in general. Next, we have Tan with Fix You. This is a really 2010s second generation K-pop group vibe. It reminds me of Infinite, it reminds me of Shiny, it reminds me of VIX. Not in a negative way, but you know, Tan, they're still doing their own thing. They don't necessarily care about doing the trendy thing, which I respect. Still, personally, I think the vocals are not amazing in here, and I think the chorus is a little bit too generic, like this chorus with the high pitched vocals, fix you with the really, really high notes and repeating a million times. It's a type of chorus we've seen a million times, and then there's the rapping section in the middle. We've seen that a billion times. I wish it was a little bit better in that sense. Again, no hate or anything because I like Tan quite a bit, but the single itself does not impress me the same way their debut impressed me in that sense. So yeah, it's a good song, but it's not one of my favorites from them. Next we have Yeri with My Sweetie. It's a cute song. It's fun. I think it's very, very catchy. I really like the production in here. I think it suits Yeri in terms of her image very, very well. It has this very strong 90s K-pop vibe to it, not just from the music video, but from the song and that like kind of like 90s hip hop boom bap. Because if you know anything about K-pop from the 90s, one thing they love doing at the time, it's taking this type of production, these hip hop productions with these like with the drums and stuff like that, and then put like a more classic pop K-pop production in that sense. But I think this song also showcases you why Yeri is not an artist that gets a lot of lines in Red Velvet, because she's not a bad singer, but you can clearly hear her deficiencies compared to a Joy, a Silky, a Wendy specifically. You know, it's not surprising that they get the vast majority of lines. Now, I'm not saying that Yeri should not get lines as well, but you know, in the specific recent years, Red Velvet has been making a lot of songs with very, very, very difficult notes to hit. So it gets hard to have like more important parts like she used to have in like Rad, to give an example, or like maybe more recent, even something like a Power Up or something like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's hard for her to have that type of situation because she doesn't. These songs are very high pitched. They're quite a very, very good vocal. So for her, in a sense, was really hard. But yeah, I enjoy the song. I mean, the song is fine. It's a very cute song, very catchy. Give credit to SM because these people have been shooting SM. And by the way, newsflash, I'm gonna make a video about this. Apparently, Hybe has decided to remove themselves from the SM acquisition because Kakao will acquire SM, which I don't think it's a good thing the same way if Hybe did it, but this is what we're getting right now. We'll see how it goes in the future. But overall, I think it's a solid song and I like it. And this is it for the first part. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow I'm gonna record the second part. So I was recording for like 10-15 minutes. And then I realized I didn't press the record button, so I mean I have to start again from, and I'm gonna be faster because I'm too tired to deal with this shit after this fucked up day. First song we have Ka with Rover. Honestly, it's not a good song. I don't think the song fits him at all. The production is too simplistic. The chorus is horrible. I think the lyrics don't really say anything. I expect more from Kai. You know, Kai is an artist that I think has released a lot of good music, definitely more than I expected originally. So to hear this type of song, for me personally, it's more of a disappointment than anything else. So yeah, I don't like this at all. Next is Jia with Yang Sung Kyu. We don't try too hard. Honestly, it's a simple ballad. It works. Great vocals by both guys. They feature with each other very, very well. They collab with each other very, very well. The chorus hits hard. The vocals are what steals the show. For the rest, it's a simple ballad. You've heard millions of them in the past, and you're gonna hear millions after. Overall, it's a good job. I like how Jia went towards this direction. She's carving her niche in the music industry in a smart way. Next, we have Youngjae with Everyday or Everyday with the R's. ERRR Day. Okay, it's an okay song in my opinion. There's nothing too terrible about it, nothing too good. It's supposed to be a feel-good vacation song because he just went to Thailand. I don't know for what, maybe for vacation. And I think it does a good job bringing that feel a little bit into the music, right? Again, I'm never gonna go back to this song. It's not my style of music anyway. So in that sense, maybe I expected a little bit more. I don't know, but overall, it's a good song. I don't think it's bad by any means. It's just that it's too simple. I think for a single to be released by Young J. I think this is a single, or at least a music video. Yeah, I expect a little bit more. Next we have Anne Marie and Midney from Jad with Expectations. Overall, it's a decent song. Definitely, Minnie blows it out of the park vocally. Anne Marie is a solid vocalist. A lot of auto-tune in her voice. She hides a lot of her inability to sing through the auto-tune. It's very generic. The chorus is very generic. The lyrics are very generic. It's a classic K-pop collaboration that it's made because the labels are using their artists, specifically in this case Warner Music, to collaborate with each other. It's smart, it works, it's easy views, it's easy charting, it's easy streams. You can't really complain so much when this is probably something that took to do like a week max. So next we have Nicole, ex-Kara member, with Mysterious, or I should say still Kara because they recently had a comeback. It's a really good song. It's elegant, energetic, throwback 2000, great vocals by Nicole as well. It's very memorable. It stands out a lot in today's K-pop, where everybody's trying to do the most modern and new thing. She does what she likes and what she did when she was good, which it's not always a good thing, but I think in today's K-pop it's overall a good thing because it allows you to stand up way more and show that this is the diversity that we can see in the music. We're not saying you have to do anything new, but you can bring a little bit of old flavors and bring them new with a new type of style, a new modern flavor to it. You can do that if you're good. It's just that most companies don't care, most groups don't care, frankly. They make way more easy money doing classic K-pop stuff. Next we have DXT with Brand New Day. Now I'm a little bit confused because I don't know if they're a K-pop group, like a Korean K-pop group or a Japanese K-pop group. They singing in Japanese, if I'm not mistaken. But the music video is shot in Korea for the most part. There's Korean writing everywhere. So, it's a little bit weird in that sense. I don't know. Maybe I didn't notice that they sing maybe both in Korean and Japanese. I'm not really sure. But from hearing the song 3 or 4 times, I felt it was mainly Japanese. But still, the song is okay. It's enjoyable, classic, bright, positive K-pop boy group vibe to it, from the aesthetics of the music video, from the aesthetic of the production. The vocals are generally decent. I don't think they did a bad job with them, but the chorus and everything else is quite forgettable. This formula at this point has been reproduced so much, pretty much since NCT Dream onwards. We're talking at this point, it's almost 10 years, so it's time to move on from this, please, because I'm really tired of it. And next we have Craxi with a Cypher from their latest EP, I assume. And it's good, surprisingly a good song. Aggressive, good hip-hop flows, good beat, decent lyrics. The vocals also obviously are good, which is the pre-chorus or the bridge. For the most part they use the vocals. It works, they done a good job. Listen, Crax is the only group I think that consistently gets out of their comfort zone. They've done this regularly since they debuted, and that's what makes them special and really stands out in this industry, in my opinion. It's not always something that a lot of companies are willing to do because it's easier to make money with a simple concept that everybody has done a million times, and what it's gonna get you monetarily in terms of brand deals and everything else. That's one of the reasons why a lot of these groups get very, very early brand deals, because you just got in, you do a specific image, and they go to these brands and say, look, they're kind of clean, they have nothing bad about them in the past, we can easily make money. They're gonna be super popular with your target audience. Craxi does not care, they do whatever they want, and by doing that they're never gonna be the most popular, but in my heart they're always gonna know they're really, really good. Next you've got Kunst featuring Yenin Beck and Wendy with 55. Very enjoyable track in my modest opinion. I like the influences of gospel, soul, R&B, neo soul, a little bit of jazz as well, with this very, very soft and elegant and relaxed song, but then there's this music video that contrasts very very well actually with the mood of the song, because it's very chaotic. There's anger, there's anxiety, there's fears in this music video, and the way they're showcased and the way they are showcased, it's actually very respectable in my opinion. It's very very hard to do. Give the music video director credit because it's not intuitive to do this for this type of music videos, and also give credit to Code Kunst. He can work with anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter where they're from, it doesn't matter what type of music they do, he always brings the best out of them. And you can hear it in his album, like this album as well, which was called Flower, if I remember correctly. You should listen to it because I think it was called Flower, but its latest album came out a couple of years ago. It was really, really good. So, again, Code Kunst as a top tier producer in Korea, I think probably by far the best in my opinion. Next, we have Yuju with Without You. Great song, really, really good vocals. I mean, Yuju is one of the best vocalists of our generation. Simple ballad, a very like eerie guitar in the background, eerie in the sense that it's very like light in the production. It's more of a ballad. It's more of a alternative pop song, if you want to call it that way. I hate it, but it's more of like it's a very laid back track. I'm surprised this song has 30 million views. Like, this song must have went viral in Korea or something, because I've not seen anybody in the Western community talk about it, and I know the Western community does not fuck with this type of music. So I'm happy. Seems to be doing very very good decisions in terms of her career. Also, I think joining Connect Entertainment was the best thing to do, honestly. It seems that her, Kang Daniel, have chose the right company for them. They allow them to do the music that they want, and they're apparently respected enough in Korea, and at least followed enough that people want to check Yuju, they want to check Kang Daniel. They don't necessarily have to hyper cater to the Western audience, because that's not why they join these companies. If they cared, they would have stayed in these big labels and joined another group. Like, if you're Kang Daniel, instead of going solo, you could have went and be part of a sort of popular group. He had no interest, so great job by her. Overall, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Next, we have Q-Man with Mio Sotis. Really different track, I would say, from what you normally get in this underground pop scene in Korea. It's nostalgic, it's sad, and you will tell me, well, there's a lot of songs like this. Yeah, but normally it's not obvious. Like, a lot of times if they want to showcase this, it's very over dramatic, like with ballads and stuff like that. But this song is very minimal, very simple production. There's a small guitar as well, a lot of guitar this week. Very very simple vocals that sound nostalgic, sad, dramatic, lonely, but at the same time the music video again does a good job at like showcasing that, because there's a situation where he's masked, where he enjoys his life, but the song itself does not give you that feeling. I love the retro vibe of the music video, with this kind of like grainy 80s 90s like camera style. If you know anything about, like, if you ever watched, like, search on YouTube like High School at 1990, they have this exact vibe, which is very very interesting. It seems like centuries ago somehow. But yeah, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I never knew who Human was. I'm not gonna act like I knew who he was, but I think it was an interesting discovery for me. Made me really excited to discover his in discography, if he has one, and check everything he's gonna do in the future. Next, we have Young and Rich Records with Young and Rich Shit, or YNR Shit. It's very generic, simple trap beat, simple triplets, autotune, the most basic lyrics ever. There isn't really much to say. I feel like hip hop in Korea has evolved so much, even trap wise. If you're an artist like Blasi, I think is a great example. But even if you're a Chilling Homie, for example, I think it's a great example of that, of artists that have evolved the trap genre into a way that, even though it takes a lot of things from American hip hop, they develop their own style. At least they have their own thing going on. I wish YNR was a little bit like that as well, but it's not. Yeah, but at least I respect them because they have a Tesla in the music video. It's not like they have like a Lamborghini or anything. Like, they're being realistic. It still costs a lot of money, but it's not a Lamborghini. Overall, I don't like it because it wasn't clear. And this was it for the second week of March. Overall, I think the quality was decent. A lot of interesting variety. good solo stuff, decent group stuff, even though there was barely any group stuff really this week. It was mainly soloists. There was some disappointment for me at least, by Kai, for example. I was a little bit disappointed by some of these boy group releases recently. Like, there hasn't been a boy group really that interesting these last 3 months, you know. Kind of worrying, because girl groups are getting better and stronger and more varied, and boy groups are getting and becoming more and more copycats of each other, you know, which historically it's never been the case for boy groups. So it's kind of sad, I would say. Overall, I think there was a lot of interesting stuff. Let me know what you think. Did you enjoy this? Did you like the music that you heard? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And see you with the next video. Thank you.